Sonic's had a lot of forms over the years, like Super Sonic, Super Sonic 2, Cyber Supersonic, and many other forms. But there's always been one form that always stood out from the others, and that's none other than Hypersonic. But why? Why is this rainbow flashing colored super form so loved and respected throughout the entire fandom? And why is the most requested super form to make its grand return in the continuity? Well, I'm gonna tell you all about it in this video. Hypersonic is a form that made its first and last debut in Sonic 3 and Knuckles. He wasn't unlockable on the separate versions of the games. Hypersonic was more meant to be kind of a bonus feature for the people who played the game the intended way, for using Sega's new lock-on technology they had at the time. And I think everybody who's even familiar with Hypersonic already know about like the lock-on technology. Basically, you had to just slap Sonic and Knuckles onto Sonic 3. You would get the full package, you would get Sonic 3 and Knuckles as a whole game, put it in your Sega Genesis, and boom, you had the game. But why were the games sold separately? Well, that's for a different video. You know what, screw that. Okay, so long story short, the game was too big to finish in time because Sega had to deal with McDonald's to promote Sonic 3, so they were sold separately. Okay, back to topic. The way you get Hypersonic is by completing 14 Blue Sphere special stages. 7 for the Chaos Emeralds, which allowed you to go Supersonic. Then the other 7 were for you to collect the Super Emeralds. Basically, they're just the Chaos Emeralds powered by the Master Emerald. And once that you finally get all 14 of them, you unlock Hypersonic. Basically a more OP version of Supersonic. He has this sort of dash move where he destroys any Batnik in his way, and he can breathe underwater. But besides the looks, I think the reason why everybody wants him back, including myself, is because the power scaling. See, one Super Emerald alone is already stronger than all 7 Chaos Emeralds combined, which is already crazy considering what the Chaos Emeralds already can do. For just some examples, time travel, reality warping, time stop, reality manipulation, and so much more. Basically, the Chaos Emeralds have been described to have limitless power, so you can really do anything really with them. So imagine 7 of those emeralds plus 10 times stronger. That's basically one Super Emerald. And considering all the crazy stuff that Sonic has done in the past as Super Sonic, imagine what like a modern day Sonic could do with the Super Emeralds. And for some reason, Sega doesn't like to acknowledge this form at all, and I mean ever. The only times that it's been talked about, like with the officials in Sega, is when fans ask them. And even Sega doesn't have like a definitive answer about the Super Emeralds. Sometimes they say that it's just straight up not canon. Sometimes they say they're stuck in a different dimension. And the reason is very simple. I already mentioned earlier in the video, this form was meant to be just a one-time bonus for Sonic 3 and Knuckles. So Sega really has no interest in bringing it back. Unlike Ian Flynn. If you somehow don't know who Ian Flynn is, Ian Flynn helped a lot with the Archie comics. He's responsible for the IDW comics. He wrote the dialogue for Sonic Frontiers, and he did the story of Shadow Generations. But when Ian Flynn was working on the final episode for Sonic Frontiers, he proposed the offer to bring back Hypersonic, but Sega shut it down immediately, and instead was replaced by Supersonic with blue eyes. Yay! Now, I don't have anything negative to say about Supersonic 2 or Cyber Supersonic, but come on. I think everybody would have much preferred Hypersonic to come back than just to have Supersonic with blue eyes. Now, why does Sega refuse to put Hypersonic in future projects? Why, I already explained one of the reasons. Because they don't view it as canon. But it's also because Hypersonic is too powerful. They want Supersonic to be the super form for Sonic. But to me, it's gonna feel redundant after a while. As of the recording of this video, Sonic Rumble is the latest Sonic game that just released. And as of now, we know nothing about the next mainline game. But the 35th anniversary logo shows Sonic's head logo with a Chaos Emerald, which tells me they're gonna use Super Sonic a lot more during this era. And if they do, it's gonna feel repetitive. Usually it would go like, Sonic cannot defeat a foe because it's too strong, so he relies on the Chaos Emeralds to go super, and he beats the enemy. And if they continue on with the Frontiers method they use for the bosses, having only one super form is gonna feel lackluster. So yeah, we are in need of a new super form, and what better form to use than Hypersonic? Ian Flynn, who is now the current writer for your games, wants to use Hypersonic, but they simply won't let him. And yes, I get it, he will be more powerful than Supersonic, but it doesn't mean that Hypersonic has to be a recurring form. You can make it another one-time thing, just for this story. And a good inspiration could be Ultra Instinct from Dragon Ball. If you don't know how Ultra Instinct works, Ultra Instinct is a form that is really hard for Goku to handle because it's really draining for him, and he has to be in a... It requires focus and to be in a consistent, calm mindset. Same thing could be done here. Of course, Sonic would need the Super Emeralds for this, but the reason why he can't use it consistently throughout the series, like afterwards, just like Goku, it can be very tiring, and he needs to lock in, like he needs to be in a specific mindset for it to work. And when you do have Hypersonic, do something fun, do something creative. Like, I'm just gonna make something up. Like the one time Alien X from Ben 10, when he recreated his entire universe after it got destroyed. Sonic has technically already done something like that in Generations. Before that, he ran through time and space to restore time and space. But for the fun of it, make Hypersonic do it by like the snap of his fingers. And I'm pretty sure if Sega decided to bring back Hypersonic, that game would be in the top 5 most sold Sonic games of all time. I mean, everybody wants it back. The fans want it back, the current writer wants it back, the only person who doesn't is Sega itself. Man, I don't even know what this video is about anymore. At first it was a history lesson about Hypersonic, where it came from, and why it hasn't returned yet in any form of media. To me, just ranting about what I want for like the next Sonic game if they have Hypersonic in it. But they could also easily bring it over to the mobile games too. Sonic Rumble and Sonic Speed Simulator are bringing previous one-time only forms too, like in their games, like Dark Spine, Warhawk, Excalibur, and hey, those games are not canon, so why not just bring Hypersonic into it, right? But overall, do I think Hypersonic is gonna return anytime soon? Realistically, probably not. Do I want it? Absolutely. But is it probably gonna happen? I don't think so. Maybe Ian Flynn could convince Sega to actually let it happen, but I wouldn't expect that from the next mainline game. But yeah, that was the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and tell me what you guys think should be the future for Hypersonic. Do you guys want it to return? Do you guys want it to stay far away from canon as possible? But make sure to like and subscribe. This is my first ever actual Sonic video that I'm doing. Usually my stuff is mostly on Marvel and DC stuff, but let's just say I have a lot of Sonic knowledge, right? Like, I can talk about Sonic stuff for hours. And I thought, hey, I could make some videos about this too. So if you enjoyed my little history lesson, if you like my ranting, maybe put down in the comments what you'd like me to talk about next. Maybe some other super forms like Dark Sonic, Excalibur Sonic, or maybe just some character lore, or hell, even some reviews on Sonic games. I don't know, whatever, but yeah, just make sure to put it down in the comments what you want me to talk about next. Anyways, that's gonna do it for this video. See you guys next time. Oh yeah, another quick little thing. I want to thank my friend Ratsu for making this dope Hypersonic fan art, and for allowing me to use it as my thumbnail. Make sure to check out her Instagram. I'll put a link down in my description. Also for the other people that I used the fan art of for Hypersonic. Okay, no, actually though, I'll see you guys in the next video.